In an effort to stop parents being late to pick up their children, a daycare centre introduced a late pickup fee. Logically, this seemed like a great solution. If parents knew they would be charged for being late, they would be incentivized to arrive on time. However, the results were surprising. Instead of reducing late pickups, the fee actually led to more parents arriving late. So, why did this happen? Before the fee was implemented, parents felt a moral obligation to pick up their children on time. However, after the fee was introduced, parents felt like the fee was a transaction. They were happy to pay for the convenience of picking up their kids a little later. This scenario demonstrates how applying reason and logic to a problem isn't always the best approach. So, if we can't always rely on reason and logic to solve our problems, what can we do? We can run experiments. If we want to think like a scientist, sometimes we need to put our logic and our assumptions aside and perform experiments. Wherever possible, we should test our ideas and see what works in practice. Scientists don't stop at theories. They roll up their sleeves, gather data, and find answers through observation. Thinking scientifically requires that we adopt an experimentation mindset, where we test ideas rather than just assuming we know the answer. For example, maybe you want to increase your productivity. So, what's better? 4 hours of deep, uninterrupted work each day? Or working in quick 25-minute bursts with many small breaks? Rather than assuming one is better than the other, why not try it out? Conduct your own experiment, track the results, and make a decision based on actual evidence. Experimentation helps us find what truly works and what works for us specifically. But sometimes we can't run the experiments ourselves. In these cases, we can still think scientifically by using the research and experiences of others. People all over the world dedicate their lives to experimenting in specialized fields. By tapping into this wealth of knowledge, we can make smarter decisions without needing to run every experiment ourselves. Whether it's reading a book, listening to experts, or learning from a trusted source, we expand our own understanding when we explore what other people have already discovered through experimentation. And here's an important principle when thinking like a scientist. If a question can't be answered through an experiment or practical observation, it might not be worth debating at all. This is known as Alder's razor. It reminds us that time spent debating untestable ideas is probably just a distraction. Questions that can't be settled with evidence or experimentation are often best set aside so we can focus on ideas that actually move us forward. In closing, remember this: thinking like a scientist doesn't require a lab coat. It's simply the habit of seeking evidence, testing ideas, and drawing conclusions based on real results, not just assumptions. By embracing experimentation, we not only learn more about the world around us, but also about ourselves. Experimentation opens doors to discoveries that pure logic alone might never uncover. So, when faced with a challenge, remember, you have the power to find answers by thinking like a scientist. With every experiment, you're not only solving problems, you're strengthening your understanding and unlocking new ways of seeing the world.